So this is the list of questions, and the first time is about normal forms and schemas. Okay, take a look at it. And these are the questions, they have appeared in my older exams, so take them seriously as if this was a question on your exam. Let me zoom in a little bit. So I'm gonna go to Ola Kunle. What's the first table? Or yes, you're the first one on my list. Ola Kunle, give me a table here. And I'm gonna, what is this? I'm gonna just, give me a few seconds, just adding some order here, making sure what we write goes as a response. Here, Ola Kunle, it's ready for you. Give me a table. So this is all the information they need to keep track of. How would we organize this information pieces into tables so that the result is a third normal form schema? So imagine that this is what you got. People didn't know about domain modeling. What entities do you see here? What classes? What associations? You have to add it in the table. Do you want me to go to someone else? Maybe this is not fresh in your memory yet. Still, Rajala Kishmi. Oh, okay, great. You're writing. Go ahead, write. Right, Ola Kunle, I trust you. Trainee, exactly. What would be the primary key? Perfect. Foreign keys, we don't still know. Non-key attributes, what else do we keep in this non-key field area? So other fields, okay, I'm gonna take it from here. You did very well, Ola Kunle. So I'm gonna add here that date of birth. I'm gonna put DOB, it's gonna be here as a non-key, first name and last name as well. I think that's what I would include. Let's see. Who is next? Completed results. I'm gonna go to Yining. Any other tables can you think of here? Module. So put a key, call the table module, and then module number becomes a primary key. Perfect. Yes, module number becomes the primary key. Perfect, good, well done, Yining. I'm gonna go to Raja Lakshmi. Before I go to Raja Lakshmi, I'm gonna add another, oh, there is another row. I just needed to color it. Let me color that. So let's see, what else do we need? Going to Raja Lakshmi. Trainer, trainee, or trainer module maybe, because it's about trainer and the modules they have done. Perfect.
Professor,
Yes.
is that composite primary key possible for this module?
A trainer, a trainee can do the module only once. What if they, that's up to you. So if there is an assumption that a trainee can complete a given module only once, yes, it can be. Let's assume that.
Okay.
And I add that to the assumptions.
Okay, I just give up the control to speak. I'm
Oh,
just requesting the control.
sure. Approving. Trainee number and module number together. And perfect. And then I'll add a note that this is the assumption we made that each trainee can do a given module only once. And level, perfect. Date completed. Oh, yes, yes. Perfect. And result. All right, foreign keys for this table. I wonder, let's see if we assumed, yes, go ahead. Oh, you wanted to keep that? For this one, I don't think so. It's connected to trainee. It's trainee ID. For a trainer module. No, not for this one. For the last table, I meant. Trainee ID and trainee number and module number. So they, when we repeat them, it means that they're together foreign key together, they're primary key, but they also are foreign keys. So let me just take back control. Maybe this is easier. Maybe we just say here together they are primary key, but each of them individually is a foreign key. So I'm putting here FK for this, and then FK for this. So you don't repeat the same. So these are together primary key, alone foreign key. I'm gonna, because you bring the trainer in the picture, so I'm gonna just add a trainer so kids wouldn't be confused. So there would be a trainer table which has trainer ID, and then we would go add trainer first name, and so on. So just because you, Raja Lakshmi, decided to use that as a foreign key, which is a good decision, it was just not part of the fields shown here, but the result is a third normal form. Well done, 3 of you together, Raja Lakshmi, Olakunle, and Yini. So we're gonna push this up. If you have any, yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
That first row right there, you got a trainee number and trainee ID. Like, isn't that supposed to be trainer ID in a foreign key?
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, she put trainer ID. I asked her to change it down here. So I was the cause of the problem. Okay. So, and then I'm gonna merge this. Good question. So they show that these are foreign key and together primary key.
And so there is no right way to do that, this question, right? You can do whatever, or like... So
no, you can, the right way or wrong way is it, can we use this as a primary key or not? And if you want me, you can use it as a primary key only if you're sure the same trainee cannot repeat doing the same module. But if that can happen, you can't use that as a the combination or the composite as a primary key. Let's put that note here. What? I'm sorry. So let's put that here and make it explicit, the discussion that we just had. And I'm gonna do a little bit of formatting here for the future. So a trainee num and module number together can be a composite key if the assumption is that this a given trainee cannot complete the same module more than once. If they can complete it more than once, it means that the combination can be repeated. It means that you have to invent a primary key. If that's not the case, we'll need to invent a primary key, call it record number or something like that. And then trainee number and module number, they would be only foreign keys. They wouldn't play the role of the primary key. So this is the assumption we made. Good question here. Who can do this one? Remember the first cut sequence diagram? You add objects and you add methods. Who can do that here based on the scenario? In the student registration system, register object checks if account receivable object has any balance. So that's happening here. If the balance is 0, so you're receiving the balance, and this is the balance is 0, the drama class object will be asked to add the student to the class. So this is the piece you have to pay attention to. Yes, go ahead, talk, Sagar and Divya. You have questions? Anybody who has questions can talk at any time. What's your question, Sagar? Oh, you want to do that? Great. Perfect. Go ahead. Yes, anytime you want to talk, just request control. I don't pay attention to that raising hand thing. That's in another window. I don't see it very saliently. Just put the, yes, just put the brackets. Perfect. And you don't need that if here. In sequence diagram, the bracket means if. Perfect, well done. So what Sagar did here, he transformed the, thank you, okay, go ahead. I'll let you do. So he transformed the written description to a method, and then he added the guard condition. So I told you specifically, I need the guards and I need the parameters, and he has the guard and the parameter, which is the student ID. Well done, Sagar. Great. So this is done. Moving on to the next question. What is this question? I think I'm missing a picture here. Go ahead, read this. This is shared with you. Read this, and I'll see if I can find the picture. Because I need to have the design class diagram. Read this one, class. I'm gonna look for another picture to go with this. Share picture. Or maybe, let's see. Maybe it's just faster for us to use the same picture. Or I just add boxes here. So let me just create a picture right now, because I think it's going to be much faster if I do that. So as you read that, I'm gonna add a few boxes, and then I'll ask you to connect them. I want this to go up, and I want it to stay up. So I want it to go here. Gonna drag this down now. So I would add an agent controller. So here, imagine these are your design class diagram classes, and they have methods. Agent, handler, and I'm gonna add agent. If it's called agent here, real estate agent. So I'm gonna add real estate agent here. That's RE, it's real estate agent. And I'm gonna add a real estate office. And I'm gonna add the listing Just giving you a few of those, and then you connect them. Who has navigation visibility to what? Listing and probably structures. I think that's enough. Probably this is an older exam. If you dig through the exam, this is somewhere, and it probably shows 3 or 4 of these. Asked you to give me some navigation visibility. I made it simple. You don't see the methods though, so as you would see in a design class diagram. So Ganesh, have you not talked? So it's your turn. Give me one navigation visibility. I remember it goes from more independent to less independent. It goes from the class that uses other objects as attributes, parameters, and so on. So Ganesh, can you take control? Yes, you can. So just insert a link up there. No, don't scroll down. Just there. Oh, I had it there. I'm so good. Oh my God. Silly me. I thought that's the second question. All right, I'm gonna keep this because I worked hard to create it. You can always unmute and talk to me if you see I'm doing things that don't make sense. I like this. So I don't hear the person who is talking now. It's broken, but I'm gonna keep that just in case I need that somewhere else. Oof, I messed up. So, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Just use this picture, Ganesh. Good job finding it. I like to see the methods. So yes, you had controller, office, agents, and listing. I added a structure. So I'm gonna keep that for a future exam, probably exam question. Perfect. Yes, controller to the office, yes. That's good. Controller usually has visibility to some of those domain model layer classes. Perfect, Ganesh. I think you did well. I'm gonna go to someone else. I feel like this is a relatively tricky question. Just because it's still, these two are connecting, you know, design class diagram and navigation visibility. Sushmita, you're gonna do the next for us. Perfect, that's a good choice. Office navigation visibility to agent. Office is more independent than the agent. Exactly, perfect. Good job. Good job, Sushmita. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna take back control. Don't move the mouse. Okay, thank you. So if you pay attention, Ganesh gave the agent controller or handler a visibility to real estate office. That makes total sense. And this is one-to-many gave Sushmita navigation visibility to office. So perfect. And Jinju, it's you. What else do you do here? Give me one more link. And you have possibilities here, so you can work. Give me your choice. Controller, is it agent controller? Do you want agent controller to talk to listing? This is, or it's called controller, but it's mostly about agent. See, look at the methods. Let's look at agent and listing. What happened with agent and listing? Many to many. Probably you can give one and it would be correct because there are multiple options here. Listing to real estate is many to many, you're right. But
sorry, Professor, I don't understand.
navigation visibility, it means that one of the classes is able to call methods of the other class.
Yeah.
Or it's able to have them as attributes, or it's able to
So I should create more relationship between this.
what?
So what I should.
So which one of them do you think needs to call methods in the other? Give me a second. Don't move the mouse so I close the chat. Raja Lakshmi, the questions are not on Reginet, but I'm gonna just post them as I do this. So do you think the real estate agent would need to call methods in listing?
No.
So whatever happens if the real estate agent wanted to create a new listing? Yes, agent creates new listing, yes?
Yeah.
So the agent would call a constructor method of the listing, yes?
Yeah.
Or updates some add property info. Do you see that add property info?
Yeah, I see.
So that means that listing is about properties. It are the properties that have been listed for sale. So if you have that add property method in agent, it means that agent needs some services from listing. It means that agent should have a navigation visibility to listing.
Oh.
So agent clearly should have a navigation visibility link to listing because it needs to create them, it needs to update them, and those creation and update and everything will happen by the listing. So insert, perfect. Good job.
So it's like this one?
Exactly. Exactly. Good job. So it's a little bit tricky. Jinju, and you're not alone. I believe some of your classmates feel the same. But one way is to look at these and look at one-to-many associations, and also look at these methods. See if this one needs to add a property, it has to call a method in the other one. It means that it has navigation visibility. So you have to use any and all pieces of information that you have to decide about navigation visibility. And keep in mind, it can be bidirectional. I haven't discussed it here, but in some cases it can be bidirectional, which I believe it might be the case for this one. Maybe it should be bidirectional, but we're not going to talk about that now. What you have given me, it's correct and it's enough, but this is one place it can be bidirectional. So this second set of questions, class, it hasn't been posted on Reginet. So I'm gonna post it right now. So if you wanted to have your own version and show me the work you have done, you can do it. So go ahead, read the next question while I'm posting, and there is no question actually. So it's navigation visibility again. While I post here, can't we connect controller to agents? Yes, you can if you decide to. This is a better design if it goes through the office, but if you gave me both of them together, it would be okay. But if you only gave me agent controller to agents, you didn't give it navigation visibility to office, you would probably miss some points. So let me post this set of questions really quickly for you if you need to download. And it's smaller than what we had last time. So it's going to be on ReggieNet on the box on the left. Here is the ReggieNet page. This is the second set of questions that we are discussing today. All right, so you can have your own copy and show me your work if you wanted to. Give me some navigation visibilities in the other ones. Here, you're going to look at who is Junju. Junju, I'm talking to you and everyone else, okay? So here you look at who is calling a method in other objects, and that means the navigation visibility. So for example, a book copy is updating loan. That means book copy has a navigation visibility to loan, calling the method update loan. That's a so you look at the sequence diagram and then you update the you add errors for me here. So
Professor,
yes.
change this. We can't see that screen. We are only seeing that ReggieNet screen.
Thank you. Thanks for that. So here, you look at the sequence diagram. So in the other one, I wanted you to look at the associations, one to many, and to realize which one is more independent. Then look at the methods and see which one is calling other methods from other classes. In this one, it's a little bit more salient who is talking to whom. So like here, book copy is calling a method in loan. That's a navigation visibility link going from book copy to loan. Reading, add navigation visibility. So I'm gonna go one student at a time and then we add as many as we see. Ace, you're next. Add one link. Any of them. There are so many options here.
You want me to add here or down here?
The class diagram. Navigation visibility links are only for class diagrams.
Okay.
So right there, checkout handler is calling a method in book title. That's one link. Perfect. That's one. I'm gonna ask someone else to do the next one. So here, that's good. And we're gonna make sure it looks something like this. So, and then a little more. All right, we have that one. Who is going to be next? I see on my list, Juyang, go ahead. Add one more. Perfect. Good job, Juyang. So Juyang, show us the method that helped you have this. Go ahead on the sequence diagram. Where did you find this navigation visibility? Exactly. Good job. That's exactly what I want you to do on the exam. This is supposed to be an easy question. The previous one was tricky, but this one is supposed to be easy. Just see who is talking to whom and show the navigation visibilities in the right direction. So I'm going to be going to the Juyang. It's next. Divya, it's you now. One more link. Perfect. Book copy loan. Can you show us the method that helped you pick this navigation visibility link? Exactly. Update loan. And remember, if we were discussing when we were discussing sequence diagram in class, there was a return book and checkout book. When you check out book, loan needs to talk to loan item, and the loan item would talk to book title and then book copy. Perfect. Well done, Divya. I'm going to the next student here on the list. Going to be so Juyan, you did that, yes. And Divya was next, and Sagar, you're next. Give me one more navigation visibility. Sagar, do you have access? Are you getting access? Okay, I'm going to assume, okay, yes, perfect. Pick one more connection and show it. Go ahead up and see if you can add anything. No, from the sequence diagram. Look at the sequence diagram. Oh no, don't change things there. Where was that? Oh, then you're copy and pasting. So library patron to the reservation, I believe is logical, but I don't think it's shown in this specific sequence diagram. So that's something you came up with your knowledge of the domain, but it doesn't show up here, which is good that you've done that, you're able to do that. There is something else that's shown here you can do. Next one on my list. So Giovanni, go ahead, give me one more. Perfect, perfect. That's loan to loan item. This is a one-to-many association in the domain model. And you see the method call here. That's perfect, Giovanni, well done. So here, I think I'm good. If anybody else wants to add something to make this look almost complete, I would not dare to say complete. Bofan, I think you can add something. Specifically, I want you, no, Sagar, I'm gonna ask Bofan to do it. So specifically, Bofan, I want you to think about the handler. Do you think the handler needs to talk to one other thing here? Bofan, let's see if you can add that for me. Perfect, I like that. That's great. So who, okay, perfect. Anybody had given us this other thing? Who gave us this? Let me backtrack. So perfect, Bofan. I'm gonna just clean up a little bit here. So this one was here. Check out hand, yes. Anybody? I think we're good. Let's stay with this. I would think based on your knowledge, and if we had the other sequence diagram, you may be able to make some of these bidirectional, specifically loan and book copy. I believe they would be bidirectional. But with this information, this is very good, and Bofan completed it greatly. So everybody, thanks for your participation. Let's go another, do another normal form example. So let's see, I have a few examples. Probably we do one of them or two of them, and the rest would be your work to do at home. Let's read this question and do it together. I'm gonna go ahead, get this table here and put it down there. So you give me the table names and everything. I'm gonna cut these and we're gonna use the same. And this one, I'm gonna use this and that. And the next one on my list was, I believe, Rizwan. I'll let you add the first table. Because it's the first table, it's easy. Read the question, you can pick any. And then as we move on, it becomes harder to, you know, because other students will do part of it. So go ahead, Rizwan, add the first table. excuse me, I'm back. There is one employee ID, department number as a foreign key. Perfect. I like it. Good job, Rizwan. And I'm gonna go again from the beginning. Olakunle, you're next. Go ahead, give me the next table. Perfect. Maybe department name? There is a name, yes? Probably, yes, department name. That's good. Perfect, well done. Everybody, I'm very amazed by your level of participation. Everybody's listening and giving meaningful contributions to this whole group efforts. So Yini, you're next, go ahead. Keep up the good work that you all have been doing. So department employee are the two independent things that your friends have identified. Do you think there is anything independent? Because things are getting harder. It seems that, look at this. It's about project. So maybe project should be another table. So there is a lot of information about projects. So that makes sense to have another table. Perfect. You just tap and you go to the next. Press tab and you go to the next. Yes. Project code, yes. Perfect. That's something we have to discuss. Go on, next thing. Budget. Project title and project budget are also here. Budget and title, as you see on the report. Perfect, well done, Yining. So I'm gonna take control really quickly and put a note here. First of all, just to make sure this is consistent with what we see up there, budget and project title. So the only thing I would say, the project manager, think about that class, everyone. Is this a good place for it? That's the only question, but everything else is perfect, meaning. So I'm gonna ask someone after I draw a picture. Let me get my other picture. I can use it again here. So I need a picture like this. If somebody is writing something on chat, I cannot see it. Unmute and talk. So your ideas, unmute and share your ideas.
Hello, Professor.
Yes.
How about project name?
Project name. Yes. Project. Oh, title. Was it not title? Is it different from title? It's title. We use the title.
Yeah, title project name.
So I'm gonna add project here. Thanks, Sushmita. Employee, department. So just adding this here and just trying to understand the associations, which one is connected to what. Is it one to many, many to many? Do we need association classes? I'll let these stay. Maybe I'll just connect them to Obviously, employees work on project, but then you think about the kind of association they have. Also, employees work in departments. Is someone who was the first one? Rizwan already have given us that part of it, which is the one-to-many from department to employee. And this one is already taken care of. What this is, I'm gonna put a note here, which is an important note. I want you to pay attention. So this is one, or maybe I don't, I put it here. An employee works in a project, okay, that's probably some type of relationship. And I'm gonna add something else here because they are related in two ways. The other one is an employee manages a project. So that is the manager part related to the question I asked Yining and everyone. So this one and this one, there are two different types of relationship. An employee can work in a project, they can manage a project. And you tell me, how do we take care of this? So next person should tell me if this is many-to-many or one-to-many. And if this is not, if this is many-to-many, do we need to add any additional table? So we've been up to Yining. Raja Lakshmi, good timing. What do you think? Go ahead, tell me what you want to add to this design.
I want to include a employee and project as a composite primary key and put the project manager there as a non-key field.
Go ahead, do, and we'll look at it.
Okay. Okay, I'm having control. Mm, so the foreign key is like the employee number and the project code.
Oh, so employee works in a project. So are you doing which one of the relationships, managing or working in?
Managing.
Oh, okay, managing. So is it one-to-many association or many-to-many association?
The employee can manage one or many projects, and project can have many-to-many association.
Do you think a project can have many managers?
No, only one manager.
So if it's one-to-many association, you would just need to get the primary key of one side, add it to the many side. How would you do that? Keep the things that you have here. I want to keep it. And we're going to use it for the other relationship. But how would you do that? Take which one is one, which one is many? Project is one
and many.
Or let me just
Okay.
and then you keep yourself on mute and we're gonna talk.
Okay.
So because I don't want to confuse the listeners here. This is a project. A manager can an employee can manage 0 to many projects. That is going to be visible. This is one. And A project can have only one manager. When you have a one-to-many association, Raja Lakshmi, how would you do? How would you do that in the table? You get the primary key of this one, add it as a foreign key to this table. How would I add that as a foreign key here in the project table?
So in the project, I have to add employee ID.
Project manager employee ID, yes?
Yeah, yes, Professor.
Exactly. So I think I had this one. So here, project manager. Yining, this is just a different version of what you thought. So instead of putting the project manager, which doesn't belong to this table, we put the project manager employee ID. Let me just, they have, because they're employees, they have employee IDs. Now, Raja Lakshmi, stay on mute. How would I change this table to show this other relationship, which seems to be many to many? Okay.
Okay.
How do I change that? I'm gonna put things down so it is clear what we're talking about. So this is here, and this is many. Employee can work on 0 to many projects. A project can have at least one employee working on it. How would I change this table to?
I think I included that row for this one, employee project record, employee number, and I will get that primary key of both tables, employee number and project code, employee ID, sorry, ID and project code, and create another association class.
So this is the association class, yes?
Yeah, yes, Professor.
So what else, what would be a non-key attribute? Anything else here?
Employee project. Can I have Harley? No project.
Is there anything else? Maybe there is not anything else, I don't know.
What about Harley rate, Professor? So
you would think hourly rate, let's see if I haven't told anyone. Putting, yeah, so this is a question based on assumption. If hourly rate for you is the same no matter where you work, then it belongs to the employee. If your hourly rate differs based on the project you work on, then it would be an attribute here. But that's an assumption that has not been talked about here, so it can go either way. But if we didn't have that, so the table you have given us actually works perfectly, just showing this employee, or you can add you can add date started, date finish, working on that project. So you can, or number of hours worked. You can add those, number of hours worked. It's not in the question description. So these two together can be primary key, yes or no?
yes.
Yes, again, based on assumptions, if we assume they can only start once and just end and they cannot return. So, and then becomes together, they become foreign, or each of them are foreign keys, together they're primary key. Question from the class, I think this is a good design. Any questions? So, I have, so but the association between project and employee, therefore many employees can be working on their single project. Similarly, an employee, okay, perfect. That's consistent with what we discussed, Sagar, yes? I think you just showed this one. I just saw it a little late. So let's ask those of you who did part Olakunle Yining and Rizwan, you completed part of it. Larger Lakshmi gave me this specific section. I think this is good. We can leave it here. Now, class, I think you're doing very well. So let's ask you about this one. Is it first normal form, why or why not? Second normal form, why or why not? I'm gonna do that and then let you work on this cute example at home. So the puppy or kitten example. Let's ask you this question. All right. Who wants to comment? Let's see. Sushmita, you're next. Comments?
Yeah, yes, Professor. So yes, this is under first normal form violation.
Why?
Because as per first normal form, there should not be duplicated value.
Exactly.
And in sales office, Chicago comes twice in that column. And office numbers 312 that number itself is twice came. Other than that, I think it is fine.
So customer 1, customer 2, customer 3, they
Yeah.
are repeating fields they should be in a second table. So Raja Lakshmi agrees with you. Olakunle was saying it's first normal form, but I think you're correct. Exactly for the reason you tell me customer 1, 2, 3 is repeating. Okay. So we have to take them out, put them in another table. I think this hasn't asked you for that, and I trust that you know how to do it. So next, who is on my list? After Sushmita, Jinju, second normal form, yes or no? Second normal form was about partial dependencies. Do you see partial dependencies or no?
It's no, it's not a two-number format because the sale officer and office number is not dependent. We can partially dependent.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you are going to second normal form. Perfect. Is it no because of exactly good catch?
Oh, sorry.
Office to office number. Good use of this example for. So actually, probably that would have been a better question. So no, because there is dependency. That's actually a better question for here. Because partial dependencies, they don't exist because there is no composite primary key. Primary key. So so there is no violation of second normal form. We cannot say it's in second normal form because it's not in first normal form. It has to be first normalized and then we think about second normal form. But we can say that there is no violation of second normal form. But there is violation of third normal form because cell office and cell number, as Jinju said, they depend on each other and they should be in another table. Well done, class. As I go through examples with you, I feel very confident you're ready for your exam. So just focus on your presentations. I'm going to post the answers. So I'm going to post the answers and a blank version. So the one that's up there right now, it has some answers. So I'm going to make sure there is a blank version. If you wanted to share this with your classmates, you can. All right. Any other questions? I know some of you are planning to show me your project, so I'm here. The rest of you, I wish you a very happy weekend. Tomorrow there is office hours. Feel free to show up and ask any questions. I would love to see your projects. Last Friday, I saw some of you and I was in another meeting. It was a required department meeting. So it was a little bit hectic. So this week there is no such thing. So I'll be very focused on your project. So if you have last minute issues, if you have questions about your reflection, if you have questions about your reverse engineering, it's a good time to show up tomorrow. Some of you have checked everything with me, your reverse engineering and everything. So, and if you wanted to do that tomorrow.
What project are you exactly talking about?
What project? What do you mean by project?
You were just asking us to talk about project.
No, I didn't ask you to talk about project. I said some of you have told me you want to talk about your projects. It's not you, it's Ganesh. So wait for him.
And what that project? Well, like, are you talking about that Android project?
Yes, there's
okay.
one project currently. You ask question Ace, Like, you know, it's like you just woke up and it's the end of the semester. Sometimes I feel like that.
Just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything.
Okay, I'm ready for Ganesh to share his project. Olakunle, you have to come back tomorrow. So, but if it's a quick question, you can stay and do after Ganesh.
Hello, Professor.
Go ahead, Ganesh, share your screen. And I'm gonna end the recording. So